noting. Okay, so I have also told you the exam. Now exactly the exam is going to be on the similar line of if you have attempted your internal test. Okay, so on the similar line you will be having the external exam also. Okay, of the similar rigor or the similar what is a complexity. Okay, so on an average, I can just tell you that what is your internal. Okay, in the internals, you have score. Okay, so near about the average score was say somewhere around 14.4 to 15.5 and something like that. Okay, wherein some people have done extremely good and some people have done on an average scale. Okay, so similarly, I expect that in the final exam also you must be able to achieve at least that much grade. Okay, so what is required from your side is that you will be required to just go through at least once. Okay, your what is a prescribed say textbook. If you look at the prescribed textbook, okay, so prescribed textbook, I have already shared the soft copy with you. Okay, so you can just use that soft copy and you can um, learn okay what is going to come into the exam. Okay, let me just share the screen. uh, 1 minute, huh? Mhm, mhm. Yeah, so this is your syllabus for ubiquitous computing, which is shared on your screen. And syllabus is divided into 4 units. So when you are going to get the question paper, you will be getting 60 question, out of which you have to do 50. तो लगभग आप ऑन एन एवरेज पकड़ के चलिए कि 10 से 15 के आप आसपास क्वेश्चन जो होगा हर एक यूनिट से यू विल बी हैविंग. इन सम ऑफ द केसेस देयर मे बी फ्यू less questions or more questions here, but on an average 15 question is going to be for every unit. Okay, so even if you are leaving anything, okay, you will not be able to leave any unit completely. Okay, although you will be having a choice to attempt say any question. Okay, so you do not need to attempt only in the serial order. आप किसी भी ऑर्डर में कर सकते हैं एंड इनफैक्ट आई विल रिकमेंड दैट ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट ऑल द क्वेश्चंस because we are not having any negative marking. So in that case, you will see that you will be getting always in the benefit. So we will be considering the 50 correct answers of that. So in that case, you should be able to score more. Okay, so attempt all the questions during the examination and possibly more than 50. Okay, so now just to tell you that what is going to be there and which are the topics which are important and what you need to focus on. Okay, so remember you will be having the questions in your exam which will range for multiple aspects. There will be some questions which will be based on the assertions. Okay, and you have to find out that which may be a correct justification. You may be having a true and false kind of a question. You will also have a question which is going to be based on the definitions. Okay, so there may be a definition which may be given and you may be required to what is say find out what the किस चीज का definition है. Okay, and any of the topics that is being given. Okay, so topic specific things will be there. Okay, so now I'll be doing is that I'll be just quickly summarizing or I'll be going through some of the topics. Okay, and I'll just try to read out that what is the emphasis that is going to be there that you have to give when you are studying. Okay, so if yeah, so yeah. So in unit number 1, okay, you will find out that you have got okay topics which is ranging from simple definitions okay to properties. So you will have questions possibly on to okay including various different types of definitions which are associated with the topics which are given in unit 2 number 1. You will also need to look after the various different properties of the UBCOM systems, which includes Okay, those 5 internal properties, you should be well aware about that, which property stands for which particular thing. So you may be having a question which will say that this is something and what is this property, and so on. And you may be having a questions which may wherein there may be some less number of properties may be given, and you may be required to write the missing ones, or there may be more than what is there. So you have to find out the odd ones. There will be 2 types of questions that will be given sometimes. Okay, you need to find out which of the following is true. Okay, and there may also be a question of which of the following is false. Okay, so just remember that many of the cases में आप लोगों को आता रहता है, लेकिन आप overlook करने के चक्कर में, or what you do is that you do not read the not in between. Okay, so which of the following is not true, or which of the following is not false. Okay, so you have to carefully see that, and then you have to choose the alternative. So it has been seen that people are very confident that we have done it right. Okay, when they get the result and they are saying that okay, the answer is wrong. Why it is wrong? Because they considered it to be not true, and the question was actually asking for not false or something like that. Okay, so don't get confused into that. Those kind of tricky things may be part of the exam. Okay, so you need to also talk about the properties like say human centeredness, personalized environments. Okay, especially with respect to the UBCOM system properties. Okay, so you need to talk about that. What do you mean by adaptation? Okay, especially with reference to UBCOM systems. Okay, and why adaptation for the UBCOM systems is important. Okay, so all those internal properties which include autonomous, distributedness, context sensitiveness, intelligence, and IHCI. Okay, so they are all have to be understood. Okay, and accordingly you need to answer if there is any question. You will also try to address the matter of the complexity. What do you mean by complexities of the system, and how do you reduce the complexities of the say UBCOM system? Okay, so there are different types of complexities which are there. Okay, and there's a different way of reducing the complexity. Okay, we have discussed about the modularization. We have talked about the abstraction. What are the different types of each of the cases have also been explored. So you need to look about that. You need to also talk about that. What is openness property, and what does the effect of openness is having on to any of the systems. Okay, so especially when you're talking about reducing the availability and those related things. Okay, so you need to also focus on to the distributed system properties, which is going to be very closely related with the UBCOM implementations. We need to talk about the human-computer interaction and its significance and the types of interactions. Broadly speaking, you have 2 types of interaction. You have implicit and explicit interaction. In case of implicit interaction, okay, so there's going to be less amount of input that will be expected from the user. Okay, and the machine is going to understand the user. So basically, there's going to be human model. Okay, that a computer is going to have, and it is going to behave or respond to it automatically. In case of explicit interaction, much of the control is going to be with the human beings, and they have to explicitly interact or give the commands to perform anything. Okay, so you need to draw the comparison or the contrast between both the type of things, and you should be able to identify, okay, given a particular scenario, that whether it is a case of explicit interaction or it is an implicit interaction, and what is the significance of implicit and explicit interaction into the overall ubiquitous system implementations. You should also talk about the various aspects, like what do you mean by calm computing, or what is meant by disappearing computing, etc., and so on. You should also talk about that what do you mean by the property of being hidden, and why property of being hidden is especially important in UBCOM system. Okay, so that is going to be required. Okay, in one or the other form, you may have a question that may be asked, and then important point is going to be the visor's view. Okay, what do you mean by the visor's views of the UBCOM system, and how he is trying to differentiate or categorize categorically contrast between the VR and the UBCOM environment. Terms like embodied virtuality, okay, and similar kind of terminologies have to be looked into. You need to also focus on to the what do you mean by context awareness, okay, and how you become systems are implementing context awareness and what are the various benefits. Okay, so what are the benefits of context based say ubiquity, and what are the different types of contacts that you will be having. To name a few, basically you will have a physical environment context, human context, you have ICT context. So there may be a context which may be given and you have to classify between each of these contexts. Okay, you see that कि कोई statement दिया होगा, आपको पूछा होगा कि भाई ये human context है, ये ICT context है, या physical environment context है, या क्या है. Okay, so that's how you will be looking after your studies. You may be having some specific example that may be given, and it may be asking you that, okay, what kind of context it is, whether it is a physical context awareness or whether it is going to be embodiedness or it is an adaptive context, same context or so on. You need to also talk about what are the various types of awareness that is going to be there. We have seen that there are three types of awareness that you have. You have person aware, you have user aware, and you have personalized. And the fourth category is obviously there's going to be a tailored one, which is going to be customized to individual cases. And we also talked about the environment aware, context aware, and physical context aware. Okay, being there with the ubiquity. Okay, so what is the difference between each of these categories has to be looked into. Okay, so you may have a specific questions onto the same. Then you need to also focus at some point in time that how ubiquitous computing is taking the benefit of autonomy property, and what do you mean by autonomy, and what are the different examples in which the autonomy can be implemented in to ubiquitous system. What are the examples, okay, where autonomy is being implemented, and various salient properties of the autonomy. And you need to also justify that what do you mean by intelligence and how intelligence is able to handle the incompleteness and the incompatibility within the ubiquitous system architecture, and some of the examples for the same. You need to also talk about what are the different types of intelligence that is related with the intelligent become system, wherein you will actually discuss about the what do you say individual intelligence, and you may talk about the multiple, okay, entity intelligence, and so on. And you need to also highlight and bring out that why multiple entity intelligence is going to be good, okay, especially into the modern environment where you are actually connected with so many individual computing components. Okay, and then you may also have the various different types of individual intelligence and the different types of multiple intelligence. You may have a question wherein you have to identify whether this is an example of individual intelligence or it is an example of the what is a क्या बोलते हैं, yeah, so whether it is an example of individual intelligence or whether it is a multiple intelligence. Okay, so you there may be some set of things which may be given and you have to choose, okay, either some of them or one of them, okay, depending upon saying that whether it was asked whether it is not or whether it is. Okay, so if I may be giving you example saying that which of the following is an example of individual intelligence, okay, or which of the following is not a multiple intelligence, and so on. Okay, so you have to look into, especially when you are having the say multiple intelligence, you will find out that there will be different cases or different examples that you will have. You need to talk about the cooperative and collaborative kind of things. You need to talk about what do you mean by competitiveness, and you have the self interested and similar kind of things. And you need to also talk about that what do you mean by mediated intelligence. You need to talk about the community based or the shared meaning, etc., and so on. Okay, so you need to also look into the aspects of what is reactive and reflective intelligence. Okay, when it is the property of intelligence that has to be discussed. Then various say properties of distributedness we have already discussed. Okay, so some at other place. Okay, this may also be asked. Then one important aspect that a question could be there is that how do you reduce the human interaction, because we have already seen that there could be two types of system. You have an explicit HCI and you have IHCI, and people are expecting that you should move toward more toward the IHCI. So how do you reduce the human interaction so that it becomes an IHCI? Okay, so what are the means and the measures through which it can be done. Okay, so then after that, you will be having some topics like that. What are the basic different types of environment for the UBCOM systems, wherein you will focus on to the infrastructure or the physical world or the human environment. Okay, so the role of each of them has to be discussed. Now, as far as the computer, okay, peripheral interface or the ICT device and the physical world interaction is concerned, you have different types of interaction wherein you have the P2P, you have P2C, okay, or you have C2P or you have C2C. Okay, so what do you mean by each of these categories of the interaction with the physical world? Okay, and what is the level of the awareness? Okay, whether the human has to be aware with the say environment, or the environment is or the computing is aware about the physical and something like that. Okay, so there are different four categories that you have to learn and you have to remember. Accordingly, there may be a question. Then the next thing that comes into picture is that what do you mean by smartness, and what is the smart DEI? Each of the component, that is smart device, smart environment, and smart interaction, has to be learned about. Okay, and you need to have the different examples of each of the cases of smart devices, smart environment, and smart interaction. Okay, you need to also discuss about what are the different types of form factors that may be supported, including the smart dust, you have skins, and you have got small clay technology, which will be used for implementing UBCOM system. You need to also discuss about the various different types of say smart device variations, and okay, so you will discuss about the smart device variations. And we have seen that there are different types of smart device variation, including the smart mobile device. And there's going to be a little bit more focus on to the smart mobile devices. And you need to also talk about the various different dimensions of the mobility, which includes the something being accompanied, okay, or whether it is a wearable, embedded, implanted. Okay, you need to talk about what do you mean by mobile code, and what is meant by, okay, the yeah. So what is mobile code, and what are the properties of mobile code, and what are the challenges, etc., and so on. And then you can also get a questions on to smart device interaction. Specifically, there will be questions on say tagging and annotations, wherein you have a specific examples like RFID. So questions related to RFID and how tagging and annotations is useful, and what is the difference, okay, between the same, and what is the purpose. Then you will have a question on to the sensing and monitoring, okay, and then you just see that adapting and controlling पे कुछ questions हो सकते हैं आपके पास. Okay, and there may be some examples which may be related to each of these that may be asked. Um One important question that you can also expect at some of the places, okay, depending upon that how the question appears, is that what is smart interaction, and then how do you achieve the same. Okay, so sometimes you just see that there may be say systems which are say self-organizing system. Okay, and self-organizing systems are going to play a very important role. Or sometimes the such kind of organization may be either internal, or sometimes it may be externally driven. So what are those, and what are the different examples, and what are the benefits of such kind of smart interaction has to be looked into. Uh, then if I say um, yeah, then as I already discussed about the same, okay, that the what is abstraction, what is modularization, that has to be seen, and what are the various different types of five criteria of my modularization, which has been uh, proposed by say Mayer, especially in 1998. Okay, that has to be seen. So you may have a question, bunch of questions, something similar to that. What is meant by abstraction, and what are the different types of say abstractions, and what is transparency, what are the different types of transparency that exists. Okay, there could be a question on virtualization could be there, and how virtualization is helping you to reduce the complexity. Okay, that could be a question to you. And then simple things based on the service architecture model could be there, and there could be a question on service oriented computing. Okay, and we just see that service oriented computing is also coming when you are talking about cloud computing and similar kind of environment. Then there could be a question, one question on the partitioning and distribution of services. Okay, wherein you have to talk about categorically different types of devices, which include the high resource devices, or you will be having a low resource devices. Okay, respectively, if you see that, that is called as an appliance model, or it is going to be utility model. So there may be a question in a twisted manner, which may be asked according to the same, and you need to also differentiate between different types of model. What do you mean by service oriented computing model? What is peer to peer service model? What is middleware service model, and so on? You need to also talk about that when you have a low resource devices or when you have high resource devices, what is the amount of network usage that you will be doing, how much amount of CPU usage you will be having, and accordingly you will find out that you will be trying to categorize between the thin client and the fat client. Okay, so what is the advantage, disadvantage, the definition of each of these cases, and what are the different examples for the same has to be discussed. Okay, and accordingly you will just see that there will be different types of the client server models. Okay, so you have got monolithic, you have thin client, you have got fat client. Okay, so try to differentiate between them. There may be a question based on that. Okay, and then there's going to be one question based on the partitioning and distribution, distributed data storage. Okay, so different types of storage that is going to be there. You may have a question onto that. How distributed processing happens into such kind of ubiquitous system, what is P2P computing, and you may also have a questions like what is multitasking operating systems and some examples, microprocessor and microcomputers, that is going to be there. And if I say most of the things similar, okay, and some basic definitions, again, like what is a what is service provision life cycle, okay, and some of the protocols associated with the service provision life cycle, etc., and so on. So that's how we'll find out that the questions from unit 1 is going to be there. And then you come to the unit number 2, it is going to be more or less the repetition of unit 1, but in a more exploratory manner. Okay, so specific aspect is going to be a little bit highlighted. You have already mentioned into the unit 1 that smart DEI. So basically rest of the 3 units is going to actually explore more about that. So unit 2 is going to be smart mobile, smart cards, and smart networks. Okay, so the questions will be there specific to the same. If I talk about the unit 2, okay, so you will have questions like if I say what are the variety of form factors, okay, that are available, what is smart mobile devices and their significance, and what do you mean by multi-purpose ICT devices, okay, and what are the different types of mobility that is associated. You may be having 2 categories, especially you have loosely bound and you have tightly bound, okay, mobilities that is associated. You need to differentiate and you can have an example for the same. Okay, so that is expected. And as far as the dimensions of mobility is concerned, you will talk about the aspects of mobile devices, mobile service and mobile data, mobile code, and say mobile communication. Okay, so those aspects of mobility in one or the other sense may be asked. And if I talk about, then you may also have a question on the say mobile code paradigm, especially proposed by the Brooks. Okay, so Brooks paradigm, you may have a question, and wherein you will talk about that how client server and remote interaction usually happens. Okay, so what is the sequence of operations that you will be having between the client side and the remote evaluation invocation. Okay, so a step or some of the missing step may be asked. You may need to have a question that which of the following is not the benefit of the mobile code, or which of the following is the benefit of the code, or the drawback of the mobile code, and so on. How do you implement the mobile code security? Okay, wherein you will talk about the basically four things. You have the sandbox approach, you have got code signing, you have got firewalls, you have got proof carrying code. So you may be given a definition and you have to answer that which of the following is the more appropriate for the same. Or in some cases you may be given and then which of the following definitions are more suitable for this. Okay, so that is how you will be having the questions based on the mobility or especially the code mobility. Okay, just a minute. I hope I am audible. Somebody just acknowledge.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay, so just please try to listen to me what I am saying. Don't say that कि मैं syllabus repeat कर रहा हूँ. In between the line you have to read. Okay, so we just said that there will be an important topic, that is the mobile code mobility. So aspect of code mobility and especially how do you implement mobile code security. So I just told that four aspects are there or the four means are there. So sandbox approach, code signing, firewall and proof carrying code. Okay, so you can expect either the definition or there's going to be kind of a matching of the correct alternative for the same. Then there's going to be also a question possibly onto the mobile code design, wherein you will talk about that what do you mean by process migration and what is say mobile agent and what are the different types of mobile agent. Okay, so if you remember that, especially when you are talking about intelligence, okay, and intelligence and the mobility when they are going to be combined, that will be an important. Then when you are talking about the mobile service design, there you will be talking about middleware services and where you will try to highlight the significance of the user virtual environment and the mobile virtual terminals. Okay, and something called, like that. You need to also highlight at some place that what is a heterogeneous network and what is the significance of heterogeneous in the ubiquitous environment and what are the challenges, okay, of maintaining the mobility transparency in heterogeneous network, okay, when you are implementing ubiquitous environment. Okay, so that's important aspect that you need to look into. And then yeah, one important property like say what is data synchronization and how data synchronization poses a challenge in ubiquitous environment, and say both the ways, okay, the pros and cons दोनों आपको discuss करना है. Okay, so that is going to be there. And then at some place you need to have a question based on the 2G and 3G kind of network. So basically mobile networks के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, तो उसके features और उसके ऊपर आपको कुछ questions होंगे. Okay, so anyhow the question is going to be unit number 4, especially with the mobile networks, etc. But still, then you can also have a question on say as far as the mobile communication is concerned in ubiquitous communication. Okay, you may have the 2G, 3G kind of GSM networks, or you may be having a WAP based network. Okay, so you need to, okay, yeah. So you need to discuss about that and their features. So you should be able to answer the question based on that. Then you need to also talk about that little bit onto the things like CHTML and iMode, okay, where especially when you are trying to implement the mobile service design, okay. However, I am not expecting much deeper understanding of the same, only just as a characteristics of the properties you need to look into. Okay, so we just said that as far as, especially when you have a mobile code, okay, so what are the various languages which are supporting the same, that could be just asked. Okay, so we will not be asking you any programming. The various types of operating system which supports, okay, such kind of environment need to be discussed. Yeah, then you have important topic, what is smart card. Okay, properties of smart card or the characteristics of smart card, their applications and how it helps you in implementing the what is a ubiquitous connections and including the authentication. What are the different types of smart card technologies where you have to discuss contact based and the contactless smart cards. Okay, so you need to see that. Sometimes there may be written that, okay, so if the card satisfies so and so property, what kind of say card it is, or the other way there may be a question. Okay, so you can get some questions which may be based on the abbreviations. Okay, so abbreviations pe honga, so you need to expand the what is a abbreviations, and you have to choose the correct alternatives for the same. Just a minute. Huh? Okay, so then you have. Okay, so that is done. Yeah. Okay, so you may have the some basic question on the what are the say networking technologies, because ubiquitous environment requires networking. So what are the various device network or networking technologies where you may have infrared, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, DECT, or 3G, etc. kind of things. Then if I come to the further part of the syllabus, then you will be focusing on to explicit HCI. What do you mean by explicit HCI, and what is the motivation of having an explicit HCI, and why we can't totally eliminate the explicit HCI? You will also have some of the important laws which will be associated, especially with the HCI, that is the human computer interaction. And you can have the laws that we have discussed, like Haeckel's law and Haeckel's inverse law, okay, which may be asked in the exam, as well as the what is it, finding out the most relevant definition for the same. And then you need to highlight onto the human to computer interaction and computer to human interaction kind of things, and you need to find out that why it is so complex and how you can reduce the complexity. You may have a question based on that. Okay, what is the synonym of so XYZ? Okay, so you need to find out the most relevant and the most nearest. Okay, either the abbreviation or the definition that may be given. Okay, as far as the HCI context is concerned. Okay, so for both the implicit as well as the explicit HCI. So you may be having a question that who models whom. Okay, exactly in each of the categories. Then, if I say what could be the question? Huh. So you have a topic on the user interfaces and interaction of devices. Okay, there you will have to talk about what are the different types of devices which are present today in the today's context. What are the various categories, and how UI and HCI designs are getting impacted for the same. Okay, so you need to also highlight, or you need to discuss about that, how the senses have been mapped onto the computing environment, especially when you are talking about the sensor networks, etc. and so on. You need to talk about that how do you directly interact and manipulate any kind of visual objects. Okay, especially when you are talking about WIMPs environments, or that is basically the Windows environment. And then you will see that if I say mm, wait a minute. So next thing could be, there could be a question on multimodal interactions. ओके, सो मल्टी मॉडल इंटरेक्शन में आप पूछ सकते हैं कुछ क्वेश्चंस उस पे, जिसमें आपके वेरिएबल इंटरफेसेस एंड अटेंटिव इंटरफेसेस दोनों आ सकते हैं, which is going to help you to implement the IHCI in some or the other form. Okay, so that could be there. And there may be a question based on the gesture interfaces, wherein you can have a contactful and a contactless gestures. That could be there. Then different types of, say, user interfaces with this system. So that could be there. And obviously the question is going to be some or the other place. It may be appearing that what do you mean by hidden UI? Okay, which can be implemented via various means, including the wearable and implanted devices. You need to categorically find out that distinction between the implanted, wearable, and accompanied types of devices. Okay, and each of the categories of each of the devices and examples. So then you can also have something, what is it? A question related to mediated reality, including the augmented and virtual realities, and say telepresence and telecontrol kind of things. Then a question could be there related to say human-centered design and how it is different from the legacy kind of what is a system design, and what are the benefits or the takeaways from the human-centered design. Okay, so उसके ऊपर एक क्वेश्चन होगा आपके HCDA पे. And then if I go ahead and talk about next is going to be smart environment. Okay, so smart environment, that is the unit number 3. Okay, so in unit number 3, if you just see that this is going to be more about the environment understanding, okay, their users or the computing environment. So it is going to be largely implemented with the help of tagging, sensing, and controlling. So you need to talk about what do you mean by tagging, okay, what is sensing and what is controlling. And you need to talk about what are the physical tags and what do you mean by virtual tag, and give an example. Okay, you need to classify them into physical or the virtual tag, and how augmented reality, okay, is going hand in hand with the tagging of the physical world. You need to also decide upon that what do you mean by sensor and what is sensor network, okay, and how it impacts the ubiquitous environment. And then also you need to talk about the roles of the embedded system into ubiquitous modern ubiquitous implementations. Okay, so that is the basic focus here, and you need to highlight or tell okay how miniaturization is helping to build up the smart physical environment. Okay, there's going to be a question based on the MEMS, that is a micro electromechanical systems. Okay, so one of the other ways there may be a question related to micro electromechanical systems. You will have question related to CPIs. Okay, so the computer and physical environment interfaces, and then if you talk about further, then there's going to be a question on the physical tagging aspects, example of physical tags, okay, and how it is being used in a specific application areas. Okay, so even the life cycle of tagging is also going to be discussed, and there's going to be a question. And you need to differentiate between the physical and the virtual tag and their respective example. You need to also identify possibly or define what is meant by offsite and attach, say versus detach annotation. What is annotation, and why it is important, especially in the say augmented physical environment, okay, or in the virtual environment. You need to what is say talk about different types of annotation. Okay, so I just said that the attach ho या detach ho. Sometimes you need to also discuss things like say on-site and off-site. So what do you mean by on-site and off-site annotation? Then full forms of some of the abbreviation like RFID, SIM ho gaya, या फिर similar kind of things. Okay, so that may be there, and their properties may be there. Different types of RFID tags, I have already told you that. Okay, and applications. As I discussed the types of RFID tag, you have active tag and a passive tag. Okay, so you may have a question saying that these are the property, which type of tag it is, or given a particular tag, which of the properties are being satisfied by that particular category of the tag. As far as the sensor network is concerned, okay, so what is a sensor network, and what are the composition of a sensor network? What are the different types of nodes that are associated with the sensor network? And give an example where the sensor networks are being used. What are the different types of sensors? Okay, you may have passive sensors, you may have active sensors, or you may have a single sensor, or you have an active active array of sensors, which is called as a sensor network. Those things will be there, and then you can also talk about properties. तो चलिए सभी चीजें क्लिक करेंगे आप. Yeah, there may be a question. Basically, if you have a sensor network, then question on how do you do the data routing into the sensor network. Okay, you just see that whenever a network is being connected, there may be a P2P kind of a network or the other ways. Okay, so in that thing, exactly how sensor data network may be happening. Just try to also highlight onto what is the difference between the sensor network and an ad hoc network. What is the definition of ad hoc network? How it is different from a sensor network? Okay, and how the communication aspect is being different. As far as the MEMS is concerned, okay, the definition, full form, okay, and the functions of MEMS, okay, is going to be required to be known. And then if I say, um, yeah, एम्बेडेड सिस्टम एंड रियल टाइम सिस्टम्स पे भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस होंगे आपके लिए, okay, which will include the single tasking and the real time constraint operating systems. दोनों भी आप देखेंगे. You need to compare between the embedded versus the multitasking operating systems. Okay, and you need to identify that which are the properties are for microprocessor and what is for microcontrollers. Okay, that could be there. You should be also be able to differentiate between what is hard RTS and the soft RTS. Okay, so what is the hard RTS and soft RTS? RTS stands for the real-time system. You should be able to differentiate and compare and contrast between the same. You need to also talk about what is the importance of feedback and feedback control. What are the different types of feedback control? Okay, therein you have to categorically discuss about the negative and the positive feedback. Okay, so what do you mean by negative feedback and what is positive feedback and how they are useful? Okay, so you may be given a question that this is an example. Okay, categorically tell that whether it is a negative feedback or positive feedback. Then you will have some questions on, say, microcontrollers and microprocessors or something like that, okay, as far as the device is concerned. And then finally we come to the unit number 4. In unit number 4, you will see that you have ubiquitous computing communication, which is actually a quite large chapter. Okay, so here in this case, you will be talking about various types of networks that are used for implementing the ubiquitous environment or ubiquitous systems. Okay, and there you will be trying to discuss about what are the key design issues. Okay, for Ubicom communications. Okay, so there may be a set of 3 or 4 statements which may be given. Again, it may be used told to identify that which are the properties. Okay, which are the key design issues or which one is not the key design issue for ubiquitous communication. Okay, and you need to specifically learn something about the audio networks. Okay, some examples of audio network. We have in our class discussed about the PSTNs, okay, and the audio broadcast network. Okay, so we had an audio unicast network and you have audio broadcast network. In case of unicast network, we have discussed PSTN, that is public switch telephone network, and broadcast network में हमने बाकी सारे कुछ चीजों को देखा. So you need to have a question on to this. You may also talk about the audio networks like ADSL and so on. Specifically, we had enough focus on to the wireless network, that is the GSM, GPRS, and DECT. Okay, what do you mean by GSM, GPRS, and DECT? The full form is going to be there. Possibly the technology that you are using as far as the GSM is concerned, it is going to be based on the TDMA and FDMA, that is time division multiple access and the frequency division multiple access. GPRS is also similar, but only thing is it is going to be packet oriented data transmission and the internet comes into picture at this place. DECT technology kya hai? That is the digital European cordless telephony, and that's how you just say wireless telecom networks will be discussed. Okay, and some of the important components of each of the same. Then you need to also talk about the audio broadcast network, where you will be talking about radio internet entertainment network, and where you will talk about the digital audio broadcasting and digital audio broadcasting, and जिसमें आप MP3 और MP2 के बारे में discuss करेंगे. So basically the objectives of MP3 and MP2 and their characteristics need to be discussed. Some of the schematic, say what is it, some of the actions, okay, in a DAB, sender and the receivers have to be remembered, and the question could be there. Then question could be there on the data network. What are the different types of data network and the protocol suite that is associated with the data network? You will be able to answer questions based on some communication technologies as well as in authentication. You should be able to differentiate between the IPv4 and IPv6 and various types of routing algorithm that is being used in the data network, which will include the open shortest path first kind of arrangement, or you will be having a packet switch data network protocol, and various other different types of protocol that is being used. You need to also discuss about the real-time streaming protocol, okay, especially as far as the multimedia transmission is concerned. You should be able to identify and categorically demarcate between the different types of wireless network. We have studied three different types of wireless network. You have wireless LAN, we have wireless PAN, and you have wireless MAN. Okay, WMAN, WPAN, and WLAN. Okay, so where WLAN is basically 802.11, which we call it as a Wi-Fi network, and WPAN is basically 802.15 network. Okay, so which includes the Zigbee and the Bluetooth network, which has got a limited range. Okay, then you have a wireless metropolitan area network, which is also called as a distribution network. Okay, so distribution network within which you will be having example as WiMAX, okay, and mobile broadband, say wireless access. And I think that should be enough. Okay, so basically some technologies and the related terms and the properties for each of the cases. As far as the Bluetooth is concerned, okay, there are two important aspects that you need to remember. Bluetooth is being implemented in a master and slave kind of things, where you will be having this piconet and a scatternet kind of an arrangement. In a piconet, typically you have the one master and up till maximum seven slaves, and it is possible that one of the slave may be a master of another piconet, and that's how you'll find out that the scatternet is going to be made and the entire coverage area of the Bluetooth network can be increased. Then you also have a topic on basically satellite based communication that will happen. Okay, so you can have different types of handover that happens between the satellite system, which includes the intra-satellite, inter-satellite, gateway handover, and similar kind of things. And I think that is good enough way for you to study. Just remember that when you are talking about each of these things, okay, so there may be a question wherein you'll have two or three statements which may be correct and one may be wrong, or three may be wrong and one may be correct as far as the topic is concerned. Okay, so as far as the video communication is concerned, you have video broadcast that happens, okay, onto the similar line of what you are looking at, the Tata Sky or similar kind of things. Okay, so basic properties associated with this. Okay, so that is what is the overall syllabus that you have at your exposure and the type of questions that may be asked. टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन जब अगर आप बोलेंगे तो पूरा सिलेबस से ही आने वाला है. सिर्फ ये है कि आपको 4 और 5 टाइप के क्वेश्चन है. एक तो ट्रू और फॉल्स क्वेश्चन है, okay, or there may be a question which is going to be fill in the blanks. Again, alternatives may be given, or you may be having a question saying that so and so assertion is given. Okay, which one of the following justifies the statement most? You may have a question which may say that which of the following is not something, or which of the following is something, and so on. Okay. Another, there's going to be two types of questions. That is, one is that one alternative is right from the four alternative, or in some cases there's going to be more than one alternative which may be right. If there is a more than one alternative, then in that case you will be given a checkbox to choose from. If it is a radio button, then there's going to be only one alternative that is going to be right, and you have to choose. Okay, so no negative marking. You can definitely fill all of the options, okay, as per your own choice. As of now, what we have received from the university, the specification, उसमें negative marking अभी तक नहीं है. Okay, so that is all from my side that I wanted to tell. And if you have any question, then in that case you are free to ask me now. The book that you will be using is specified in the syllabus. Okay, and the primary book that you have is the Ubiquitous Computing, Smart Devices, Environment, Interaction, Stephen Paulsad. Okay, so Paulsad. So I have already shared the PDF copy of the same, and you are all having. So please go through that book, and wherever it is possible, जो जिस line पे मैंने कहा है उस line पे उसको highlight करके रखिए, so that it becomes easy to remember. Yes, that is all from my side. So it is 6 o'clock. So it's 7 o'clock. So exactly 1 hour I have taken. Now, if you have any query regarding anything related to ubiquitous computing, you can please go ahead. Or if you have anything else that you want to discuss, you are free to do so. Okay, I have shared the attendance link for you. Okay, people who have joined late, okay, if they have not got it, so in that case, I will just repost it. This is the attendance sheet for the today, so please fill the same. I will recommend that at least once you please read the say PDF or the book. Okay, so that will be easy for you to find out the relevant answer for a question. I understand that at this point in time, okay, so you have got a lot of options to score. Okay, since you are not going to be physically co-located in our space, so I expect that good marks should come. Yes, any questions?
हेलो सर।
Yeah, बेटा बोलो.
सर मैंने आपको एक डाउट पूछा था प्रैक्टिकल के इसमें से प्रैक्टिकल में से मेरा फायरबेस जो है ना
हाँ.
उसके कोड में थोड़ा एरर आ रहा है, तो आप मेरे को बोले कि प्रशांत सर से कांटेक्ट कीजिए, तो मैंने प्रशांत सर से कांटेक्ट किया लेकिन सर का अभी तक रिस्पांस नहीं आया।
एक्चुअली बेटा क्या है ना, प्रॉब्लम क्या है, मेरी भी प्रॉब्लम ये है कि हम लोग ना ऑलरेडी ना बहुत सारी चीजों में टाइड अप है. देयर आर सो मेनी एग्जामिनेशंस व्हिच आर पैरेलली हैपनिंग. तो आप भी देख रहे हैं, आप लोगों के साथ भी जब हमने मीटिंग की है तो हमने 8 बजे रखी है. ओके, so many things are actually happening with all the teachers and we are actually involved into too many things. उसकी वजह से आपको शायद रिस्पॉन्स नहीं आया होगा. But as far as the practical is concerned, okay, so remember that at least for this examination, there is not going to be a programming assignment as such. Okay, so इतना rigorous programming assignment नहीं होगा. Even if you are getting error or something like that, please make the journal and please submit the journal as of now. Okay, and then we can just see that how to resolve. At least अगर learning वाली बात है तो that we will definitely resolve. But don't be worried about the journal submission के लिए, because वो कैसा है कि वही कोड आपके जो फ्रेंड के यहाँ पे चल रहा होगा बट वो आपके यहाँ नहीं चल रहा होगा, बिकॉज especially with the Android and similar kind of things, okay, there may be number of other aspects that come into picture. Okay, तो कुछ कभी कभी compatibility का issue होता है, कभी structure का या connection का issue होता है, and something that happens. Okay, so that can be resolved, but once we see it personally, okay, तो उसके लिए थोड़ा सा टाइम अभी आपको देना पड़ेगा सर को भी, because he is also the practical का chairman, so he has to schedule so many examinations for other subjects and so on. So we have got our own physical limitations, okay, to make ourselves available. But I feel that we are trying to engage you in the best, most possible way. Okay, at least I can say that from my side, okay, जितना हो सकता है आप लोगों को support देने की कोशिश तो हम कर रहे हैं. Okay, so
ओके सर,
you
ओके
should appreciate that. जहाँ तक आपका Firebase वाला question है ना, so we will resolve that. Okay, so I will personally implement it and I'll just show you that कि how to do it. बहुत बार ऐसा होता है कि एक मशीन पे चलता है, दूसरी मशीन में नहीं चलता है, because there may be something else, okay, which may be interfering. For that you need to troubleshoot. क्योंकि आप Android प्लेटफॉर्म पे ही कर रहे हैं ना.
हाँ सर।
तो इन दैट केस कभी कभी क्या होता है, कभी ग्रेडल का रहता है, कभी इसका वर्जन रहता है, कभी जावा का इसका रहता है, कुछ बहुत सारे रीजन होते हैं. अब क्या एग्जैक्टली रीजन से आपको एरर आ रहा है, दैट नीड्स लिटिल बिट ऑफ ट्रबल शूटिंग. तो
ओके सर।
जस्ट एक काम कीजिए, आप अभी के जर्नल बनाने के लिए आप उसको उसी तरीके से करके आप सबमिट कर दीजिए. अगेन एंड देन वी विल कम बैक टू योर प्रॉब्लम एंड वी विल सॉल्व इट. डोंट वरी, वी विल नॉट लीव दैट as it is. Okay, so it will not be unresolved. We will address that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Somebody has asked that, sir, in Viva exam there is going to be code or something like that. Not really. We are expecting as a programmer, but definitely code snippet अगर दिया होगा तो आपको उसका मतलब समझाने के लिए बोल सकते हैं. We will not be basically asking you to write the code. But anyhow जो detailed instruction होगा वो chairman की तरफ से आपको आएगा कि exactly क्या expected है, but more or less there's going to be a viva based on the practical and the concept and a basic snippet or something like that. We don't expect a full-fledged things basically as of now to be done, but you need to read them well. As far as the cyber forensics is concerned, I have given you the detailed documentation for the same, and what do you say? As far as the programming is concerned, I have already demonstrated all the program. बाकी जो टूल बेस्ड है वो आपको स्टेप बाय स्टेप इंस्ट्रक्शन दिया हुआ है, वैसे करके आप कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं और आप अचीव कर सकते हैं. Somebody had a question, I think Steve and किसी और का एक था कि वो SQL का बैकअप वाला जो प्रोग्राम था कुछ लोगों का नहीं चल रहा है. Okay, it happens. There may be several reasons. Okay, so several reasons है. एक तो है कि वो आपका जो जावा कनेक्टर वाला फाइल है, कभी कभी आप भूल जाते हैं कि आपने अपने उस फोल्डर में नहीं रखा है जहां जावा का प्रोग्राम है, या आपने पाथ नहीं दिया हुआ. तो प्रोग्राम में कंपाइल, बट इट मे नॉट बी एबल टू टेक अ बैकअप. इवन व्हेन आई वाज डूइंग, okay, so initially I did not get the backup, okay, although the program could run, because I forgot, okay, to put it into the directory. So that has to be done. And एक और रीजन है कि आपका जावा का जो वर्जन है, ओके, वो वर्जन और जो आप वो डाउन उसके अंदर डाल रहे हैं, ओके, कनेक्टर, ओके, वो कंपैटिबल होना चाहिए. तो कभी कभी वो इश्यू भी होता है. तो यू नीड टू गेट अ रिलेवेंट वन एंड देन यू हैव टू पुट इट इनटू द डायरेक्टरी एंड देन यू हैव टू रन दैट. ओके, सो दैट शुड सफाइस. दैट नीड जनरल आप बना के रेडी रखिए. जैसे इंस्ट्रक्शन आपको आएगा कि कहाँ सबमिट करना, कैसे सबमिट करना है, आप कर दीजिएगा. तो 20 तारीख तक आपके पास टाइम है. सभी सब्जेक्ट्स का करके रख दीजिए, बारिंग आई गेस BI एंड ML. ओके, सो आई थिंक मैडम ने अभी BI ऑलमोस्ट फिनिश कर दिया है शायद से. शायद कल फॉर्मली शायद खत्म हो जाएगा. एंड ML आई थिंक 2 यूनिट से ज्यादा हो गया है. एंड अदर थिंग्स शी विल जस्ट फिनिश इन 3 lectures or something like that. Okay, so whatever is or say including the practical and all, so she will guide you that how to go about, and accordingly you can just do that. So since BI and ML थोड़ा सा lagging चल रहा है because of XYZ reason, तो उतने टाइम को आप UC और SNA को कंप्लीट करने के लिए कर लीजिए, so that you don't have your time scarcity for the other one. Okay, so I think even madam has taken her best effort to give you whatever best was possible in the limited time, because she is also very much busy with other things. She is also the chairman for other examination and she has other responsibilities. So, but she has seen that you are in difficulty, so she just tried to help you all. So maybe if next semester or something like is there, and then we will be able to do little bit more justice. Okay, I hope you should appreciate the efforts at least taken by some of us to help you out in the best possible manner. Okay, so anything else?
Sir, I have one question. So when Prashant sir had taken practicals for UBCom for us, he had taken 5 practicals and he said other 5 are not performable and you will have to just study the theory. So how does this go in the journal?
तो अगर सर ने अगर ऐसा कहा है ना, तो आप 5 प्रैक्टिकल को परफॉर्मेबल रख लीजिए, बाकी सबका थियोरी ही लिखिए. रिलेटिव आप नेट से लेके या बाकी करके वैसे कर लीजिए. तो जो वाइवा वाला कंपोनेंट है वो आपका वहां से वैसे पूछ सकते हैं, तो जनरल तरीके से उसको उस तरीके से पूछा जाएगा. एंड नाउ दिस इज एन एक्सेप्शनल केस. अभी कैसा है कि these are all things which require resources onto individual machine. अगर आप देखेंगे कि एंड्रॉइड भी है तो 4 GB वाले मशीन पे ठीक से नहीं चलेगा, आपको एटलीस्ट 8 GB चाहिए एंड अदर कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. एंड ट्रबल शूटिंग योर मशीन और योर कोड अगर रिक्वायर्स पर्सनल अटेंशन एंड बीइंग देयर, तो रिमोटली बड़ा डिफिकल्ट हो जाता है. तो इसलिए दिस टाइम ओके वी आर गोइंग टू गिव अ लिटिल बिट लिबर्टी, ओके, एंड थिंग्स शुड गेट डन विद दैट. सो डोंट वरी अबाउट दैट. इफ सर हैज सेड दैट 5 क्वेश्चंस को आप उसको एज अ थियरी कर लीजिए, तो आप उसी तरीके से कीजिए, लेकिन जर्नल में इंक्लूड कर लीजिएगा उसको.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Okay, so don't worry. See, as a department, as a teacher, we are all concerned about that. Okay, so हम आपको हेल्प करना चाहते हैं बेस्ट पॉसिबल मैनर में. Okay, only thing is that you need to have a proper approach. इसीलिए मैं ग्रुप पे भी ज्यादा बोलता नहीं हूँ, बट आई फील दैट इवन ऑन द ग्रुप यू शुड थोड़ा सा रेस्पॉन्सिबिली बिहेव करना चाहिए. कभी कभी आप लोग ज्यादा बच्चे बन जाते हैं. ओके, जैसे आप लोग का पर्सनल ग्रुप हो जाता है वैसा हो जाता है, तो ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. ठीक है, तो क्या होता है फिर अननेसेसरली फिर प्रॉब्लम्स हो जाती हैं. और कुछ बोलिए. बाकी तो एग्जाम के बारे में तो कल मैंने एक ब्रीफली बता दिया था। आप सभी लोगों ने इंश्योर करना है कि माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम आप इंस्टॉल कर लें, बिकॉज आई थिंक आजकल में आपको अकाउंट मिल जाएगा बिकॉज ऑफ योर फीस पेमेंट एंड डिटेल, रोल नंबर नहीं जनरेट हो रहा था। नाउ यू सी दैट कुछ लोगों ने शायद एग्जाम फीस नहीं भरी थी इसलिए उनका नंबर नहीं जनरेट हो रहा है, इसलिए सभी लोगों का रुका हुआ है। तो ट्राई टू गेट इट रिजॉल्व एज फास्ट पॉसिबल। जो लोग BI और ML अटेंड कर रहे थे, they are fully aware with the Microsoft Teams environment कि how you will enter and all those things. Once you are going to become a member तो ऑटोमेटिकली आपके पास टीम आ जाएगा, आपको लिंक से नहीं जाना होगा, आप डायरेक्टली जाएंगे। उसके लिए हम आपको एक डेमो देंगे बाद में, ओके एक बार आपका अकाउंट क्रिएट हो जाता है तो। एज ऑफ नाउ एग्जाम्स आर गोइंग टू बी हैपनिंग ऑन टू द माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम्स, ठीक है। ओके सो थैंक यू। और कुछ है किसी के पास तो पूछिए, अदरवाइज आई विल वाइंड अप। Please fill the attendance sheet, please. Okay, thank you. Maybe one session I'll take for the say cyber वाले बच्चों के लिए, तो उसमें मैं थोड़ा सा एक ब्रीफिंग दे दूंगा ऐसे ही 1 घंटे का। And that's all from my side. I hope to see you someday physically in person.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, and हाँ one more important thing, कल मैं बताना भूल गया आपको, शायद आपको बाद में बताया होगा कि नहीं होगा। आप लोगों के पास सिलेबस की कॉपी है? Do you have the syllabus copy?
Yes, sir.
आपने कभी सिलेबस खोल के देखा है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I hope कि आपने फर्स्ट से लास्ट तक देखा है।
Yes, sir.
नहीं झूठ नहीं बोलना, देखो झूठ नहीं बोलना, देखा है तभी बोलो देखा है।
हाँ देखा है।
Yes, अच्छा ठीक है, तो फिर तो कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। अगर नहीं देखा है तो देख लेना, ठीक है। तो यू जस्ट सी दैट कि आपको वहां पे ध्यान से देखेंगे तो यू विल बी हैविंग द थियरी प्रैक्टिकल, ओके, एंड देयर इज आल्सो समथिंग, ओके, जहां पे आपको सेमेस्टर 4 में आप जो प्रोजेक्ट करने वाले हैं उसका जो सिनॉप्सिस है या प्रोजेक्ट रिपोर्ट है वो आपको अभी यहाँ देना पड़ता है, जो कि प्रैक्टिकल के साथ जिसका वाइवा होता है आपका, तो 30 मार्क्स उसके लिए हैं। सो आई होप दैट यू आर ऑल डन विद दैट, क्योंकि आपको वो भी सबमिट करना पड़ेगा। 30 मार्क्स का वो आपका कंपोनेंट है, वाइवा ऑन प्रोजेक्ट प्रपोजल। इफ यू सी पेज नंबर 40 पे है, 40 पेज नंबर पे, तो वो आप कर लीजिएगा। नहीं तो कल को कोई खड़ा होकर बोलेगा कि भाई हमको तो पता नहीं है, so university will not say anything. They will say that you have been given the syllabus and you know that what is there. So you still have time. If somebody has not done, not decided on the project or not did, so please do that and complete that, because वो unnecessary आपके 30 marks चले जाएंगे। बहुत सारे लोगों को शौक लगा कि नहीं?
सर बताया नहीं ना कभी।
देखो अभी झूठ बोले ना आप।
सर कुछ बताया नहीं सर ये।
हाँ सर सच्ची।
सुनो
मैम बोल रहे थे लास्ट में सेम 4 में स्टार्ट करना, इतना जल्दी में स्टार्ट करना।
सुनो अभी चुप हो जाओ, अभी मैं सुनो, मैंने अभी क्या बोला, आपने फर्स्ट से लास्ट पे
इसलिए टॉपिक वगैरह कुछ चूज ही नहीं किया सर।
सर देखा है,
टॉपिक
चूज किया है पर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन सब नहीं बनाया है।
हाँ सर, इसीलिए मैम हम लोग ने सेम टू से मैम से बात कर रहे थे, सेम टू से मैम से पूछ रहा था सर मैं कि मतलब प्रोजेक्ट के लिए क्या करना है। मैम सिर्फ एक ही बोल रही थी कि अभी टेंशन मतलब सिर्फ सेम 3 का ही देखो, सेम 4 बाद में देखने का है। प्रोजेक्ट का वगैरह सेम 4 में देखते हैं, अभी जरूरत नहीं है, ज्यादा घाई नहीं है।
बेटा वहाँ पे ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में सब कुछ लिखा है आपके।
ज्योत्सना मैम ने बोला था, हाँ सर याद है, ज्योत्सना मैम ने ग्रुप में बोला था कि सेम 3 का देखते हैं बाद में प्रोजेक्ट और
अगर आप रेगुलर नहीं आ रहे हो ना तो बेटा ये सारी चीजें मिस होगी, इसीलिए सारी चीजें सिलेबस में लिखी हुई है, तो आप इसको डिनाई नहीं कर सकते कि आपको पता नहीं है। ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में आपके पास
सर
मैं आपको याद दिला रहा हूँ ताकि आपके पास अभी भी टाइम है, आप उसको कर लो बस।
मैम को इंटर्नशिप के बारे में ही पूछा था, मैम बोले सेम 4 का है वो बाद में देखेंगे, अभी सेम 3 का देखेंगे।
इंटर्नशिप सेम 3 में नहीं होता है, इंटर्नशिप सेम 4 में होता है। जब ये आपका एग्जाम खत्म हो जाएगा इसी के बाद ही आपका इंटर्नशिप चालू हो सकता है।
प्रोजेक्ट का भी सर सेम 4 में ही है ना? पर
प्रोजेक्ट सेम 4 में है लेकिन उसका प्रपोजल जो है सेम 3 में।
पूछा था मैम को, मैम बोली दोनों भी सेम 4 में ही आपको बताती हूँ, अभी तक मेरे पास कुछ आया नहीं।
आप ये बोल ही नहीं सकते, ब्लैक एंड व्हाइट में यूनिवर्सिटी ने दिया है, यूनिवर्सिटी साइट पे है, यूनिवर्सिटी डिपार्टमेंट के साइट पे भी है, सब कुछ है। आप इसलिए बोल रहे हो 40 पेज नंबर 40 से आगे आप पढ़ लीजिए, आपको पूरा गाइडलाइन मिल जाएगा क्या करना है, आपको सिर्फ 2 दिन में आपका डॉक्यूमेंट रेडी हो जाएगा, खाली उसको फॉलो करो बस। दिख रहा है आपको, मैंने शेयर किया हुआ है टाइटल इंट्रोडक्शन रिलेटेड वर्क।
सर डॉक्यूमेंटेशन का भी अभी सॉफ्ट कॉपी बनेगा ना?
हाँ जी बिल्कुल, फिलहाल तो आप फिजिकली नहीं आ रहे हैं तो आप सॉफ्ट कॉपी ही चलेगा ना सब कुछ। ओके, सेमेस्टर की गाइडलाइन अलग से है, सेमेस्टर 3 की दिया हुआ है, दी रिपोर्ट में भी ऑफ अराउंड 20 पेजेस, तो 20 पेज बना लीजिए आप और 30 मार्क्स ले लीजिए, खत्म बात। ठीक है, पेज नंबर 42 पढ़ लीजिएगा। So you should say thank you to me.
थैंक यू सर।
प्रोजेक्ट गाइड
थैंक यू सर।
मिलेंगे तब पार्टी देंगे सर।
हाँ नहीं कोई बात नहीं
सर।
पास हो जाओ।
प्रोजेक्ट गाइड कौन रहेगा, मतलब किसी को?
सर बहुत जल्दी
ऐसा नहीं है, देखो अभी आप प्रोजेक्ट प्रपोजल दे दोगे ना, इसके बाद प्रोजेक्ट गाइड आपको एलोकेट होगा, जब सेमेस्टर 4 का स्टार्टिंग हो जाएगा ना, तब आपको गाइड रेस्पेक्टिव एलोकेट हो जाएंगे, फिर वो जो भी होगा वो देखेंगे। पहले आप अपना प्रोजेक्ट करिए, फिर बाद में प्रोसेस बताएंगे आपको।
सर इसका एक कोई डेमो प्रपोजल मिल सकता है तो थोड़ा आइडिया भी आ जाएगा कंस्ट्रक्ट कैसे करने का।
3rd ईयर दिया ना आपने TYBSc?
हाँ
तो TYBSc में अपने टीचर को आपने टॉपिक सबमिट किया था ना
सर, लेकिन अभी डॉक्यूमेंट क्या है उतना वो साल का मतलब कुछ याद नहीं है।
ठीक है कोई बात